Are there any questions?
There's
Here
one.
in the front.
Yeah. Everyone who watches the show, like there are lots of characters and lots of storylines, and everyone like has a favorite to follow. Do you have one?
The Boltons.
What a surprise!
What a surprise! Oh, I love so many of the storylines. I loved all the small chamber stuff, and I loved Charles Dance and all those dynamics. I loved that the early stuff with him and Arya. Yeah, I love all the storylines. I can't think of any ones particular favorite. I love the Jaime and Brienne, duo that went throughout season 3. God, I'm sorry, blanking now, but yeah, they would be, and the Boltons, obviously. They're just fab. Yeah.
More questions?
I read somewhere in the web that maybe Jon Snow will live again in season 6. Is that true? Do you know?
You know I can't answer that. Was the question that he will return in season 6? I do not know. I do not know, I'm sorry. But anything can happen. But as far as I've heard, no.
What a shame.
HBO have snipers everywhere. I can take me out.
Okay. So, next question, please.
Hi there, good evening
Hello.
and welcome to Berlin.
Thank you.
I was just curious what it's like working with the child and teenage actors who are growing up as the season progresses, and if you could comment on that, please.
Sure. Well, I've worked with so few actors, really, in Game of Thrones. In the first few seasons, it was Caitlin and Rob, and last year is with Sophie, who's grown up, and she's just a wonderful, wonderful actress, fantastic, and so is self-assured, and I think she loves the fact of her character's change now. She's becoming this steelier, more grounded, and she's been groomed by Littlefinger. But she's been a pleasure to work with. But I think she's the only younger actress I've worked with. But a real joy, a real joy.
Hello, good evening. I wanted to ask which character you were most shocked about when he or she died.
Well, Ned Stark, I think, was incredibly shocking. Even though I'd heard it and you watched it, I thought it was really, really shocking. I think I read the script, so it's hard. I thought that even though I knew the Red Viper's death, I jumped off the couch when I saw that moment and he had his skull crushed. It was an incredible sequence, and I was really, really shocked to see that. I was sorry to see Charles Dance go, but what a way to go on the toilet. But Ned, I think, Ned Stark probably was the most shocking. Yeah.
More questions?
Hi. I have a question. What would be your favorite kind of death in the series?
We will send an email to HBO.
An email, yeah.
I would like to die.
Oh, in a dragon fight, maybe. Burnt by a dragon, fighting a White Walker. God. Yeah, maybe one of those. Something kind of spectacular. I just don't want to be stabbed. That's a little too ordinary, isn't it? Yeah. I think, being burnt to death by a dragon or yeah.
Why is he not on Arya's list, by the way?
I don't know.
He must be on
I don't know,
top,
but don't
top
tell
one.
her. I don't tell her, yeah. No, Walder Frey is on, so I don't know why.
Yeah, on 2, probably.
I think he probably does he get top billing, really, in the list for the Red Wedding, really? And I'm probably second, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
So killed
that's a good
by,
thing, though. I think that's a good thing. Yeah.
Killed by Arya.
Yeah. Oh, killed by Arya, yeah, that'd be good. I mean, I'd love
With a dragon
I'd
and
love a scene
Arya.
with Arya. Arya is great.
Arya on a dragon.
Arya on a dragon. And me on a White Walker.
Wow. Interesting improvement. Any more questions?
Hi. I'd like to ask, do you hate Ramsay as much as we do?
Yes. No, it's strange, isn't it, that dynamic, how he lets him away doing all his sadistic things, and he lets him go so far, and then he just pulls the chain, and then he can just wound him, with a phrase. It's a very, very weird and strange relationship. But I don't hate him. I'm using him. I value his military. What's the word I'm looking for?
Experience,
his military experience, and he's proved useful to me. I don't think I trust him an inch, and I think I'm incredibly wary of him, and I think he's incredibly wary of me, but I don't hate him, but I think I lack, I don't respect his sadistic and evil qualities, really, and I'd like him to be more political, and as I said in the very first season of 5, it's, flaying a man is not the way forward. It's through marriage and befriending the people of the North. So I'd like him to be more politic, I think. So, but I don't think he's going to change. No.
Befriending, wow. Interesting word. Okay, next one, please.
I just wanted to ask, who do you think will own the throne in the end, or who will own the throne?
Who will own the throne?
Or what would you wish that this character should own the throne?
Apart from me.
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't really thought about that. I don't know, who deserves to be on the throne? Daenerys, do you think? Well, she's a bit of a wild card. I think there's so many people who are laying claim to the throne that really only want it for their own vanity, and they feel it's their right, and I don't know why they should be there. They don't seem to want to do anything truly good with gathering all this power and uniting all the nations or anything like that. So I've nobody at the moment who I think deserves to be there. But I'm sure maybe that will change. I think, Jon Snow, if he was still around, would have made a good leader. I really thought in the last season you saw him become a man, and the episode was Kill the Boy, and he did really rise, and I thought Kit did an amazing job, and you saw that he had leadership qualities, and he's one of the few good characters, like all the Starks are, But Arya's gone off now on some strange trajectory, so I don't know. But I don't know who deserves it really at the moment, so apart from me.
You will never get it.
No, I'll never get it. And that's assured.
So, any other questions?
Do you think that Roose Bolton is proud of his son, that Roose Bolton is proud of his son Ramsay because of it seems like in season 4 and 5, or does he think, or he thinks, I take what I have the son and I have no other?
Yeah, I think it is. I think he is his son. He is, and he doesn't have his 2 other children are dead, and his primary goal is to secure the house and keep House Bolton alive, like Tywin, similarly, or any of the heads of the houses. And it's about assuring that and assuring the bloodline and that carries on. And it's the best choice he has at the time, which is why he legitimizes him. And he tells him, after he's told him how he raped his mother, more or less that, you're my son, and that's as close as you're going to get to I love you, really. So I think at that point, but now the fact that there's another child on the way, maybe he's more dispensable. But he has proved very useful to me. And so I think he does. If there's affection is probably the wrong word, but it's about the bloodline of the house. And I think he is the only choice he has at the moment. Until the unborn. Not proud. I wouldn't say he's proud. No, I wouldn't say he's proud. But I think he does. He certainly does not approve of his sadistic and cruel behavior at all. You know. But he thinks he's a pretty good military guy. So.
But he never helps Sansa.
No, he didn't.
He's very...
Well, yeah, he is. Well, that's where he's
Just
very
not
cold and
interested.
detached and strange, and he has no empathy or with that at all, you know. Absolutely none. And the way he let him behave at that dreadful dinner party, you know, it was incredibly cruel and twisted. And
he's more this kind of guy who pushes a red button and something happens far, far away, so you have no connection.
Yeah.
You
Or he
just
lets it
don't-
go on for as long, and then he just he stops it, and Ramsay cowers, you know. So, but yeah, no, I don't think he's proud, but he's useful to him for the moment. So even in the last scene where, you know, he said, "Give me 20 good men and let me go outside," and you know, Roose could have had two ideas there. He may have said, "Well, go out and see what you can do," or at the same time, you could go out and you may get killed because it doesn't matter now because I have another heir, and maybe that will be useful to me. So. You never know. As I said, it's probably more what he doesn't say rather than what he does say, which makes him very intriguing, I think.
So one last question, please.
Hi.
Hello.
I don't want to ask a question necessarily referred to the show, but rather to you as an actor. How do you deal with roles that you portray that are not good persons, let's say, or like as was said, are villains? How do you deal with such experiences? I mean, after portraying a character for years, isn't it the case that the character becomes sort of a part of yourself?
Well, I'm very like Roose Bolton. That's why I got the part. No, it's just, you know, it's something you just, you know, you slip into when you do, really. So, but as I said earlier, you know, the villains are great to play, and they get great lines and stuff like that. So, no, you just slip into it when you go to work. And I don't bring my work home with me. No. No.
So one last question, please.
Ja, mein Name ist Andreas. Einmal wollte ich wissen, wie sieht ein normaler Tagesablauf bei Ihnen aus?
I would translate that.
Okay.
Und ob Sie noch hier den Sommer genießen hier in Berlin.
Oh, okay. He wants to know what's your daily normal life? What you do when you're probably not, wenn nicht, if he's not. Ah, okay. So when the shooting is, what's the normal daily schedule? Is it?
Oh, when I'm shooting Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Well, I travel to Belfast, which is about 2 hours from where I live. And they're very early mornings, and they're very, you know, it's incredibly well organized. So when you're on that day, and you get up and you travel to the sets, which can either be in the center of Belfast or Winterfell is about a 45-minute drive outside of Belfast, and you go out there and you shoot your scene, and you shoot your scene from 8 in the morning till 6 in the evening, and you do that and you wrap, and you may go out for a meal that night, or play some pool, or go to bed, or go home.
Pretty normal.
Yeah.
And how will you spend your summer? That was the second part of the question.
How will I spend my summer? Well, depending on the schedule, when we get our schedule, but I'm hoping to go away to France and maybe down to West Cork and Southern Ireland and spend some time down there. So I'm sure I'll be able to fit that in between filming Game of Thrones.
Don't get any color. Don't get any
No,
tan.
don't get any color. No.
There's
If I don't
no
get
sun
killed,
in
if I don't
Winterfell.
get killed in the first scene, or otherwise I'll have the whole summer free. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.